Hello,
Cool.
everyone. I'm Anna from Sellvia. Today, I'm happy to introduce you one of our affiliate partners. He discovered his passion for web development and exploring different ways of earning online more than 25 years ago. His experience is worth being noticed by our Sellvia community. Hello, I'm very excited to see you here. How are you? Could you please introduce yourself and tell a bit about your background?
Hello, Anna. Good night. My name is Gonzalo Estrada. I live in Mexico City. I have two kids. I study economy. Let's say my hobbies are ride the bike. I love to go to competitions on the bike. I like to write. I wrote some books. I like to paint. That's something that three things are some things that I really enjoy. Talking about my background, I started to work in the retail companies, and I made a career there. I was in the retail area, achieving positions like a director and vice president in our company. But I met the internet in 1995. Start to grow a seed in me, about if this is the best way or the right way, is there another way? And it was. Internet provides me another way to do the things. That's, like the background. I start in the retail until I opened in 2006 my own consultation business. And I start to grow my business and decrease the retail part until the business was big enough. So I quit from the retail companies and start to do 100% in my company, in my time, with all the internet marketing, affiliate systems, etc.
Could you please tell us what do you do for a living? What's your current daily routine?
What I do for a living, let's say that my daily routine should be like, and go out for a ride with my friends in the bicycle, to take breakfast, or come home and take my breakfast here in the house with my wife. And after that, I go to my office here in my house. I do home office. So I'm very happy. And then my routine is start to review the mails to see if there's some situation I have to resolve. After that, I start to check all the platforms where I have some affiliate promotions. I check if I have some AdWords or Facebook ads, etc. I start to check. I am old school, so I have a notebook where I take notes. I am old school. I mean, I use the computer. I have no problem, but that's right. I feel it, more personal when I take a note about something, even an idea. So I start to check how the promotion is going, etc. And I guess the best part of the day is the part to create. I try different approaches, different videos, different platforms. All the time, I am trying new stuff. Did they open the mail or not? Maybe nobody opened the mail. So I have to work with the title, things like that. And the best part is whenever I want to stop, I can do it. Or maybe I have a phone call from my daughter, say, hey, Dad, can you go with me, I don't know, to the mall? And I say, sure, why not? Because it's my time,
Yeah.
So that's like a regular day, let's say.
That's impressive. And what's the backstory to you becoming an affiliate marketing specialist? What was the big turning point to start earning as an affiliate?
That is a very powerful phrase, the turning point. Okay. Going back to my past, I am an economist. So I work for a big retail companies. I don't know if you're familiar, Walmart, H-E-B, companies like that, Costco. And I was doing well, I have to say. I reached the director position, those, but somewhere on the road, you start to, I don't know, wonder, this is the best way, this is the right way, this is the only way, you know. But what I start to see is that there is an easy way, a hard way, you know, and the intelligent way to make money. And I was, you know, the turning point that you said, in 95, I met the internet, you know,
Yeah.
and for all the new generations, maybe they don't understand what I mean, that internet doesn't exist before. Google was just an idea for two guys. YouTube was 5 kids in a garage, you know. Steve Jobs was a hippie in that time, you know. I mean, the internet doesn't exist. Okay, but when I start to understand what the internet was and the potential, I fall in love, because I say, okay, I am in the retail business and I need customers, you know, to make the sales. But the internet allows me to reach thousands of different people. So I start to learn how to build a website, how to do a promotion. In that time, it was like the Wild West. The first to draw, shoot, you know. The first people, the first guy who do something was the one who get all the credit. So I start to learn a lot. And I start to discover, you know, how to make money with the internet. I start building blogs, a lot of blogs. I used to have 50 blogs, different thematics, different niches. And what I was doing, they call it arbitrage, is you buy cheap traffic from Google and send it to these sites that pay good money, okay, with a promotion or something like that. And I was very happy then, because I opened my computer 11 a.m. in the morning and I said, oh my God, I make $5,000 just last night. And you know, that was amazing. So I start to see how this worked. And once again, there is the easy way and the hard way. And when I met the affiliate system, I just can't believe it, because I say, I'm not doing the work. Anna is doing the work. I don't have to create the product. Anna has to create it. I don't have to close the sale. Anna has to close the sale. And I say, is this possible? Is this for real? And yes, it is. So it sounds, you know, a little dumb, but all I have to do is get targeted traffic to my promotion, and the vendor do the rest. I mean, could be something better than that? I think it's not. Because, for example, I wrote 5 books, okay, that are in Amazon, okay. But I have to write them, you know, and I have to publicity, and I have to do all the stuff to sell 1 book. When you are an affiliate, you just have to recommend the product, and the rest is magic. You know, I mean, you see the income flowing to your account, and I say, man, this is the kind of job that I need. You do all the hard work. I do the creative part, the fun part, you know? So the turning point for me was somewhere on the road, Anna. I worked from 8 o'clock in the morning to maybe 8 o'clock or 10 at night. I leave home very early. My kids were sleeping. I go back in the night, really in the night, and my kids are sleeping again. So I really don't see them. And for example, my wife says, okay, let's take a vacation. I say, I can't. I have a lot of job. I have to attend a convention in Germany. I have to go to their Hermes collection in Paris. And the people, you know, the people says, oh, you have a great job. Cool. I want to be in Paris. I want to be in Chicago. Yes. But one thing is to go to Paris or Chicago as a vacation, and a different one is go to, you know, for work from your job. And I, like I was saying, I start to wonder if that was the right way. And when I get the internet marketing, when I get the affiliate system, I start to consider very serious, you know, to start a gradual movement. Because like I say, maybe I just can't say, leave, quit my job, and who's going to pay the rent? I still have to pay the rent. So I create a company, my company, it's called Foro Comercial. And I start to build in my company all the internet marketing resources, okay? And when I saw that the company was strong enough, I say goodbye to my steady job, to my monthly payment, and say bye-bye. I mean, I have to pay my bills like everybody else, but I think this is a better way to do it. And once again, we talk about this. I treasure my freedom. That's something, for example, let's say I'm working in a campaign, blah, 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 at AdWords, but I don't know, maybe it's 5 o'clock and I feel the need to paint something. You know what I do? I leave my desk and go to my painting stuff and I start to paint.
That's awesome. Yes.
How long? As long as I want to, you know? And that's a huge difference. That's the turning point, the day that you realize that you can have a life and still make a living, you know? And I was mentioned to you, I have junior buyers working for me. Anna, maybe you won't believe this. They make something like $200 a month. And they don't quit because they have the need to, you know, for the monthly payment. And I was thinking, if you were smart enough, you quit that job, spend, you know, in the internet marketing, and now with the lovely affiliate system, and you're gonna make more. So, you know, but there, yeah, I know there's a lot of people that you talk with them and they say, no, that's not for me. That's idealistic. You can't have that kind of life. And I say, I have it. I'm doing it. But, you know, there's some people who refuse. But let's say, when you open your eyes and find that you can have, it sounds, you know, like very optimistic, but you can have the best of both worlds, you know, then you realize, Jesus, I mean, I was in the wrong side of the road. Okay, I just moved. I'm happy this side of the road, okay?
It's like the next level.
Yes. But you know, sometimes they need courage, you know, to take that decision. And there's a lot of people who don't want to take the next step. But, you know, and the funny part is that when you start to receiving the income, you know, and you say, well, that was a regular month. I just made 3.5, $4,000 a month. And you go back to your friends and they are working 8 to 9 hours to make less even of that. And you say, hey, guy, I invite you to this side. There's some people who say, yes, sounds great. And other people say, no, that's crazy. I need my steady job. I need my payment. Hey, but you are making less money and you have to spend all the time. And something that, once again, it's very important for me, it's quality time with my family.
Yes.
And I really love that, you know, because I waste a lot of time in my life pursuing, you know, the goals that they teach you. You have to work hard. You have to be a director. then you are going to be happy. And I say, I'm not happy. I have a lot of job. I have a lot of work. I'm really not happy. I mean, I have a lot of problems. And say, this is, but once again, this is maybe not the things that I want. One of my books, it's called Finding Your Way Back. And it's talking about a little about this. I know a lot of people, Anna, that they start their lives saying, I'm going to be a painter, I'm going to be a writer, I'm going to be a musician. And 5 years, 10 years later, I found them saying, what are you doing here? This is not what you want. They get lost. They get lost on the road. And they have their lives doing things that they don't really love to, you know? So, well, that maybe I expand a little more, but that's the
great.
ideas.
You just explained the whole path and how you can make your dreams happen just by doing what you like, what you can do without working on someone. So, Gonzalo, it's a common practice to test the product before participating in its affiliate program. Have you tried on your own all the solutions that you are promoting? Do you have your own e-commerce store?
Well, I say it's not only a common practice, it's an intelligent practice.
Yes.
How can I sell something if I don't know it, Anna? You know? Because in my case, not all of the sales, but many of the sales, people came with me and they say, hey, Gonzalo, I need an extra income. What do you recommend me to do? And maybe I said, okay, let's try the Sellvia ecosystem. It's amazing. And he's going to ask me, why is amazing? And I say, I don't know. It sounds amazing. Come on. You know, why do I have to buy it? I don't know. Sounds cool. You know, I mean, you can't sell something if you don't know it. When I start to understand what the Sellvia system was, I couldn't believe it, Anna. I couldn't believe it. It was, and I have to say this, it was a dream come true. Suddenly, I can offer to my friends, listen what I'm saying, my friends, not an anonymous people, my friends, a way to sell in the States, yes, in the huge market. For example, Texas and California, they have economies larger than many people, than many countries in Latin America. And I am allowing you to sell in the States. Number one, that it's okay, wow, it's great. But second, to sell in the States and delivering in the States in less than 3 days. Maybe, you know, the people say that's not possible. All the drop shipping things, it's a month or more than a month. So when I offer this, the people understand that it's a good deal, but to have the possibility to offer it, I need to understand it. So yes, going back to the question, I have sites, e-commerce sites, but I use it more to test, you know, to understand. So for example, in one of the sites, I put the Sellvia, and I start to put products, check production, check the promotions, and I saw many things cool. For example, the pictures, they were great. The copywriting is great, but the only way you can notice this is using the product, using it and testing and trying to sell it. And of course, all the people that we are here on the market, you understand that the pictures has to be great, the copywriting has to be great. Otherwise, if you have a lousy picture and a copywriting, for example, if you import some products from AliExpress, maybe the picture is good, maybe, but there's no copywriting. Yeah. I mean, there's no text. So how can you sell something if the customer says, what are the benefits? What is this product? You know what I mean? So yes, I have 3 sites. I test all the products. For example, When Social Rabbit, I was interested, I tried it. I tried the import of the products, and the Sellvia one, of course. I went to the marketing area and download the products, and I was looking at nice marketing, let's say,
Material?
pictures,
Yeah.
copywriting. You know what are we missing? But we talk about later. But I think some videos could be nice because everything is video right now. Okay, but the answer is yes. I tested, I try it, and what I do all the time. For example, right now that I tried the Sellvia, I'm looking for the benefits that I'm going to sell to my customer. So I have to understand the benefits. You can't sell something if you don't understand it, you know? It's not, everything is not about features. People need benefits. I was mentioned that I learned this in the States. People is WIFM, like the radio station, is what's in it for me. So yeah, the customer is very, I don't know, very specific. Okay, you are talking about this. What's in it for me? What are you offering me? What's my benefit? What are you solving? You need to know your product. Otherwise, you are going to make a lousy sale. I mean, a lousy offer, but because you are not going to sell.
And how do you find the best affiliate programs for you?
Well, as a regular practice, I dedicate at least 1 hour in YouTube, for example, at least daily. I put some specific questions. For example, best affiliate program review, you know? Yeah, and the other part, worst affiliate program reviews. Yeah, because, you know, I understand that many people trying to sell the product is going to be a good reviews, but I need to learn. And when I saw a video about, for example, an affiliate program, okay, let's see the video. Let's spend that time in cultivate and educate yourself. If I like the product, if I like the system, maybe I download it. Maybe even if I have to buy it, I bought it. I do that all the time in terms of how can you really know it's good if you don't try it, you know? That's why, for example, I ordered the Sellvia. It says, I mean, for me, it was too good to be true, but it was real. That was the best part. It was real. Yeah, because let's be clear. Sometimes in the internet, you find huge, amazing offers. And when you go with the vendor, they don't pay back. They don't pay you the commissions, or they have lousy material promotions. They don't have emailing, you know. So the only way that you can really know a vendor is go deep on it. But again, this part, a lot of people don't understand it. YouTube has amazing information, amazing. There's a lot of people publishing great videos, and I have to say it. Not only the big names, you know, like Neil Patel or Perry Belcher. I mean, that's the big guys. There's a lot of small and medium guys who take the time and the effort to make a nice review. Take your time to see it. And if you want to learn about SEO, watch at least, I don't know, a few videos. You want to know how to use Amazon, Google systems, Google business, learn, watch and learn. So doing a research, Anna, it's the way that I can see what's good in the market, good reviews, bad reviews. So that's my approach.
Well, how do you promote the affiliate programs you are participating in? How do you research your target audience to connect with it better?
Well, I'm going to start with the last part. My target niche is a niche that I found very profitable. That is how to make money with internet. That market niche has been very profitable for me because I don't know why. People want to make money all the time. So, okay, you want to make money? I'm here to help you to make money. So, for example, that niche works for me. I have another one that it's diet. Half of the population are doing a diet right now. So yeah, dieting, you know, they go to one diet, to the next diet, to the next diet. Okay, they are not going to change, but I can help them. So in that sense, for the how to make money on the internet, I have that niche very deep control. So I call it the fast ways, the medium ways, and the slow track ways. What's a fast way? I can put an AdWords right now in the night. I can go to my account and I say, I want to try this. Okay, boom, boom. Let's make an AdWords. 3 different ads, different pictures, different text. You know all the drill. You know all the drill. I can do it in, I don't know, let's say 45 minutes, and the ad is running tomorrow. And I can see results very fast. If you want more results from AdWords, put more money. I mean, it's like when you go to your stove, you want the heat goes higher, put more money in the AdWords, you know? Facebook ads to Twitter ads. I mean, that's the fast way. Now, in Latin America, it's different that the Anglo-parlant countries in the emailing, and I will explain why. In Latin America, I can send 1,000 emails just like this. I have the system, I have the database, because spam in Latin America is not such a big deal. For Canada and the US, I just can't do that. If I want to send something through the email in Canada and the US, has to be a list with a double opt-in. I mean, the people has to agree to receive my information. So I respect the rules. No 100 emails, no 100,000 emails for Canada or the US. But Latin America, we can do it. So once again, that's the fast way. Let's say, the right way should be generate targeted traffic to a landing page, capture the emails, and then from my list, start to send emails each week, for example. That's the correct way. Now, the cool way, the master's way is SEO. If you invest good money for the search engine optimization, it's going to pay you on the long run. But once again, many people doesn't understand this. They want miracles, Anna. You know what's a miracle? It's receive something without doing anything.
Yes.
Maybe just pray and you put your website or your offer and say, God, send me sales. If that happens, it's going to be a miracle, because most likely it's not going to happen. You want sales, you have to work your sales. You can take the fast approach, invest on money, or you can take the master approach, is invest on SEO. If you invest in SEO, I know you are going to receive beautiful organic traffic for months. And why beautiful? Because you are not paying any more cents. The people is coming. It's coming again and again to your blog. We are talking a bit about the affiliate system. Maybe you made a blog in WordPress and you do your job and put nice articles, SEO articles. You find your long keywords. You do all the job. And then you recognize your limitations and hire an expert SEO. Yeah, because you can be an expert in everything. So you say, okay, I do my best, but then I get an expert. And you know what? Traffic is gonna arrive. Traffic is gonna come. But you have to do it the fast way. The medium way could be YouTube videos. You do the YouTube videos. Same thing, you do some SEO for the YouTubes. In Google search, you're going to be here and there ranking for that long tail keyword, but you have to do something. If you don't do nothing, no sales. I can guarantee you that, you can have the best deal, the best promotion, the best affiliate product. If you don't do marketing, no sales. And I can sign it. I mean, unless you get a miracle.
So your recommendation is SEO, but what's the minimum for a successful start as an affiliate in 2022?
That question it's solid gold. The first secret for this is pick a way, the fast way, the medium way, or the other way. So the minimum that I say is go to Facebook, go to AdWords, make some ads. What I always recommend to the people who is starting is measure. Okay, you put 5 ads. Which one is the worst? Take it out. Put another one. Okay, who's the best? This one. Okay, let's do something more like this. And sometimes the results are amazing. I mean, that's once again, that's my idea.
So what are the most important things that you have learned during your affiliate journey?
Wow.
Just testing, analyzing, or something about your lifestyle?
Well, what the things that I learned, number one, we already talked about this. It's possible, you know? I mean, it's not a dream. It's a reality, you know? It's real. It's there. So the first thing is, yes, you can have the life that you want, and you don't have to work 9 to 9. I mean, if you want to, you can work 9 to 9. That's your, I mean, that's your decision. But you even can make more money in this side of the road, you know, because let me tell you this, and I've been there. Okay, let's say I'm working for a company and it's not enough money for me. I need more money. I have to pay my mortgage. I have to pay the school for my kids. So you start to work harder, and maybe your boss, and I've been there, says, okay, you are a very good worker, but I can't give you more than 5% of increase because the company doesn't allow us to give more. If I am affiliate marketer, I decide how much do I want to make. Okay, I need one, not 4. I need $10,000. Be smart, work hard, make more promotions, and it's gonna happen. This something happened to me. When I was working in States for a company, I received a small plate, something like this. It says 1.4 million. As a buyer, I received that plate because I was in the $1 million club. I create sales for the company in 1 month of $1.4 million, okay? Wow. My salary remains the same, Anna. The company says, cool, keep it on that way. You are in a good, you know, you're doing good. My salary stays the same. And when I was in Mexico working at another big company, I have an outstanding recognition because I was one of the best buyers for the company. They give me a small star, something like this. It was a small pin, a star, saying, man, you are great, put the pin, and you can show it very proud. And I say, man, I need to buy food. This pin is not going to give it to me, you know? And that's for real, and that happened to me, you know? And if you, in this side of the business, in this road, if you want to make more, my advice is learn more, pay, you know, pay for the lessons, pay for example, we talk a little bit about this, but there's a lot of people that say, I don't have sales in my site. What do I say? Go to Sellvia, they have a beautiful package, SEO package, invest $1,000 to make your site great, huge. Forget about that problem. But you know, it's like the one that I say, they are praying, God send me sales, God send me sales. I mean, God is not going to help you. Maybe the SEO guy is going to help you, you know? God is too busy to help us, you know? But I missed the question because I started to talk and I don't know, I answered the question there.
Just some important things that you've learned that you
Yeah.
told.
and, and, and the best part is, it's not something that I heard from somebody, it's something that happened to me. I've been there. I remember once being a senior buyer, you know, cool title, and I have to meet with a wholesaler, and I arrived in my small, medium-sized car, and the guy arrives in a huge, beautiful Harley Davidson. And I was like this and say, what's wrong with this picture? I am the big senior buyer. He's only a wholesaler. Why is he having the best bike? You know what I mean? And then you start to understand, maybe I am in the wrong side of the road, you know? Maybe I have to move to that side. And yes, with the affiliate system, for example, really, you can decide in not exactly how much are you going to make, but you can decide in which rank you know you want to be. You want to be in the 4,000s, the 5,000, the 10,000. It's going to require some learning, some sacrifice, and some investment. I agree with you, but this, you are never going to achieve it in the regular job, and I can tell you that. I've been there. I saw it. Maybe you are a very good people and we don't want to lose you. I'm going to give you an increase of, I don't know, 5%, 10%, huge increase. No? Maybe I get you a bonus, you know?
Or a pin.
Yeah, or the pin. Oh, yeah, my pin. I have it somewhere. Huh? It's a pin that costs, I don't know, maybe in China, it's going to cost 1 cent. Of course, nobody in the company except me has that pin. I can tell you that.
Yeah, so what about your affiliate journey? Are there any funny or sad stories during it?
Well, I'm going to tell you the funny ones because
Okay.
the sad ones, let's forget. As I already talked about it, I like to write. Okay, so I wrote a book called it "How to Make Money with Your PC," and the subtitle was "From an internet cafe or from your kitchen, you can make money." Okay, so the title was, you know, interesting because people says, oh man, I can make money from my PC. Yes. So I wrote that book and insert in the book some affiliate links that take the user. I put something like, if you want more information, just click the link. Okay. So I wrote the book and I uploaded to a platform, and months later, I was checking in ClickBank some of the sales, and I was saying, man, this is good. What campaign I was doing to bring me these sales? This is good. And I started the research, and the sales came from this book. But the funny part is, somebody stole my book, uploaded in other platforms as he's the author, but he didn't change nothing, not a period, not a colon. He left everything. So this guy stole my book and put it there, and I was so happy. I said, man, I'm not gonna say nothing. Keep the work, man. Keep the job. You are doing
I
great.
can provide you with more books.
If you want, I can give you more. I mean, I was laughing and saying, I mean, this is crazy. Somebody stole my book. Don't change nothing. Maybe the guy doesn't understand what is an affiliate, you know. So I was laughing and say, this is funny. Some guy stole my book, and I'm making money about that. it was like 2 a.m. in the morning. I was in my bed, and I have my phone in one side, and then the phone start to, make a sound, the chime, a sound, like when I receive a notification from the bank. And my first thought was, man, 2 a.m. in the morning, somebody stole my credit card data and are doing a shopping. So I grabbed my phone, I take it, and I went to my bank. No, they were depositing me from an affiliate account. And I was saying, oh man, this is good. I was concerned that somebody stole my card. And no, they were depositing me from the platform at 2 a.m. in the morning and say, keep doing it, keep doing it. I don't have to sleep.
So, what are your business plans for the future?
Those are very simple, I have to say. Number one, I will keep with the affiliate business, because as I say, it's I don't want to say like this, but it's easy to do. The vendor is taking the big load. I have to concentrate on the attract people, and like I was saying before, the how to make money on the internet market. It's a familiar market for me, so I want to stay in that path. Of course, I am right now trying to learn more and more about the SEO and the new ways that we are having. For example, TikTok is going crazy. It's taking a lot from Facebook even. And let's say months ago, I don't even consider TikTok as a serious, way to make a traffic, but everything is video now. So I am learning about TikTok. I am moving to Facebook Reels, more in the video area. So I will keep on this path, trying to perfect it, and it's because it's not like how can I say this? It's not a commercial, but it's gonna be one of my key players, because maybe the regular people doesn't understand it, but when I'm saying that I can offer to you a way to sell in the States, a huge market that you can be with no complications. I mean, you don't have to go, I did it in the past, you don't have to go with the vendor and fight him for a good product, for a good promotion. The products are already there. So it's crazy. All you have to do is download the products. Come on, easier than that.
Just in one click.
Yes, two people came to me last week. One is a kid who has some savings, and he was asking me, how can he make the money, produce more? He was asking me how to import products. The other person is a divorced woman who needs an income, but she's not very, she doesn't have a lot of skills. My recommendation was the same for both. Go to Sellvia system. You don't have to be an expert. Everything is just ready. It's a turnkey system. All you have to do, by God, all you have to do is promote. And you can promote with your friends, in your Facebook page, in your Instagram account. All you have to do is promote. It's a great opportunity. And I see it like that. I have to be honest, I was doing this recommendation for these two people as a favor to them, as a recommendation that I really believe in. Because I can say to the boy, start to import, go to Alibaba or go to wherever, and then you have to import at least one pallet. You have to deal with the import guys. And of course, hopefully the Chinese vendor is not going to cheat you, because they may or they want to. So this boy came to me and I give my best advice. And I say, check this. check this. If you like it, these guys from Sellvia are crazy. They give you a 14-day trial. Use it, man. They are crazy. I mean, who gives you a store for free? I mean, maybe you will like it, maybe you don't. Try it. So I think I'm still going to be in this path. I'm eliminating, some other platforms that they are not so interesting for me. I will keep some of them because I have something going on with ClickBank, for example. JVSO, I don't see it a long time ago, but this is going to be, of course, my main goal. Now, as I was saying, I have to improve my targeted traffic, and that's something that I have to do. But it's going to be the same path. I can tell you this, because this is the life that I want. I need the opportunity. It sounds funny, to do what I want to do when I want to do it, and of course, some people say, go back to the retail. I'm saying, no, I have enough. Yes, I mean, I have enough. I remember one of the last trips that I do was at Chicago to a fair where you go to see products. I went to the fair and I went directly to the hotel, and the other guy said, come on, let's go out, let's go to dinner. And I say, I've been here many times. I don't feel to, I'm going to take a hot bath and I'm going to the bed. I mean, because that was, again, not the life that I want, I want to stay home with my family. I want to go out with my kids. I want to go to my bicycle. I want to paint. I love to paint. I was telling you, I may write a book about the drop shipping, because if I like it, I can write it, and if somebody want to buy it, come on, bought it. I mean, I have no problem with that.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with your exciting plans, and hope your example inspires everyone who dreams of having an increasing side hustle income.
Well, I just can say this, it's real, it's there. You just need the guts to take the chance. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I know.
But hopefully, this, because many people say, no, you are there because you don't have other choices. You are there because you don't have options. I can tell you, I'm here because I want to be here. That's different. This is the path I choose.